do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We are live. Hey, everybody. What's going on? It is Thankful Thursday. And I'm Paramount USA. And we are live. Like right now, we are live. Hi, everybody. What's going on? It's Thankful Thursday. I got to get my screen going. Boop. There I am. Hi, everybody. What is going on? Welcome, welcome to Lindy's Treehouse. I'm Paramount USA. And we're all here tonight. Yay. I look forward to Thursdays. I look forward to Thursday. And I got my different cowboy hat on tonight. And I moved my phone over to the left of me to get my better side. And because I had on the right-hand side last week, my phone stand. And I think I like this angle of my face better than this angle. I am so crazy. I know. Hi, Bill H. What's going on? We got Bill H in the house and Scooby-Doo's in the house. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming up to Lindy's Treehouse tonight. Will Fly in the house. What's going on, Will Fly? Y'all are awesome to be here with me on Thursday. I love Thankful Thursday. I know I said that 100 times already. Now, I'm just glad you're all here. Welcome, chatters. Welcome, viewers out there in viewerland. Come on in. Jump in the chat. Don't be shy. You know, we give away goodies every Thursday. And it's pretty fun because I love giving things away. But if you want to win something, you got to be in the chat. Just going to say. Grass in my local field is up to my knees, Scuba said. Yeah, all I can say is holy moly, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, holy moly. Got up this morning, looked at the weather outside and all that, and Scuba says, I can't fly there for sure. Yeah, no doubt. The trees are just humongous. The trees around me, it's like a giant forest. Really is. And we're going to talk about trees tonight too. Yeah, we're going to talk about trees. And the reason being is like today, you know, I got up and I'm looking at my phone and the weather and I'm like, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. You know, we got some storms last night. We'll be over it. Scuba says city is supposed to cut it. I tried with my zero turn, but it's so thick I can only cut some. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. That's for sure. Scuba says helping the little football players. Bill H says I've been working on riding lawnmowers. Riding lawnmowers, those are the best. Yeah, you need those. Yeah, it's better than the push mowers, right? But anywho, so this morning, even the weathermen don't know the weather anymore, right? And I look at my weather radar and it's turning red and pink and all that. Hey, my baby sis is in the house tonight. Hi, Amy. And my nephew, Alexander. What's up, Alex? Everybody say hi to Amy, baby sis, and Alex. Hi, Alex. Auntie loves you. I love ya. Hi. How are you? It's so cool to have my baby sis on here and my nephew. Yeah, we got Alex in the house. Hi, Alex. Love you. I love you bunches. I do. So, anywho, so I see on the radar, it's getting pretty dicey, you know, it's orange and all these colors. And I'm like, this is not good. And, then they started watching my storm chasers, and then they're saying that it's tornado warnings. Yeah. And the storm was coming in fast. So I don't like storms anyway. So I threw some shoes on and everything, and I went downstairs and I sat on my neighbor's porch and watched the storm. Hi, John Wayne. Cowboys in the house. Welcome, chatters. Come on up. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Everybody who's watching on Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. We're going to have a fun time tonight. Yes, we are. I am just so happy. And I got my baby sis in the house and my nephew, Alex. And yeah, I'm super excited about tonight. Yeah, so I said some prayers. I'm sitting downstairs, on the porch with my neighbor, and the sky's getting darker and darker and darker. And I thought we were going to have to go in her basement. And thank God we didn't. We just sat on the porch. And then it started pouring, the wind and raining. And then there was lightning and all that. And then it just kind of slowed down. And that was it. So praise God, right? I was like, yeah, I was pretty scared. I don't, and what made me think was I was telling my neighbor, I said, and Amy would probably remember this. My dad had a baby food jar with holy water in it. The Catholics, like the holy water. And hi, Scotty French fry in the house. And my dad had holy water in this jar. And whenever it was storming, because we'd get all scared and everything, he would go around to each in our room, and he would, put holy water on our forehead, do a little cross thing, like bless us on our forehead with the holy water. So I truly believe that I felt my dad's presence today when I was sitting on the porch, him putting holy water on me so that I would stay safe with the storm coming. So, it's, gosh, I love you, Daddy-O, my Daddy-O in heaven. I know that was you, that you, that I'm safe, right? That I'm safe. So I thought I'd share that story with you. But yeah, all in all, though, it was a good day. It was a good day. And Miss Molly's doing great. I finally figured out I had to change her. And out there, anybody who's got kitty cats, that her dry food wasn't agreeing with her anymore. So I got to go to the pet store this weekend and pick up some dry food, something more that's better for her tummy. And so, yeah, I stopped giving it to her yesterday because she got sick on it again. And so I was like, okay. So I took that food away from her or whatever and just giving her soft food. And it seems like her energy level was way up today from the last few days. So I guess, you know how we are. If we don't feel good, right? If your tummy doesn't feel good, you don't feel good or whatever. And so just like people, I guess your tummy changes, right? And so anyway, thought I would share that. Welcome, chatters. Welcome, chatters. We've got lots of stuff to talk about tonight. I always read my little quotes. Don't mind me. Here we go. I always read my little quotes before we start the show. And we're going to do food facts and fun things in the news and all that. You know how I start the show. But I'm going to read something real quick because we always open up the show with a little quotes, right? You know how I am. So sit back, everybody, grab a chair, grab a snack, and have your friend over and all that stuff. And we're all up in the treehouse, and my viewers and my watchers, all that stuff. Feel free to jump in the chat tonight. Say hi, okay? We don't bite. We really don't. And maybe you have a chance at the end, we do a trivia, and you have a chance to win a prize like some of my other chatters. So anyway, so here is my, this is called Rewire Yourself. And I kind of relate this to, when you guys are flying, when you get ready to do paramotoring, right? It says, let your skills constantly grow, challenge them, build on them, share them, and draw from other skills. Use your experience, but keep it current. And they know enough who know how to learn. So there you go. That's how we start the show, right? Rewire yourself. We all need to do that, don't we? Sometimes like in the middle of the day, I need to rewire myself, constantly, right? We're constantly rewiring ourselves, trying to, refuel or whatever. So that is the thought for the day for right now. I have to say, it's been a busy week, right? We have RIP, the Hulk Hogan. They say they go in threes, right? Hulk Hogan, Ozzy, and Jamal. All three of them, right? And it's crazy when these people pass away. When I was younger, right? I think, oh, they had a good life. He was 74 when he died. He was 70. Some of these people are only like three or 4 years older than me now. So it's kind of like, dang, kind of, I don't know, kind of scary, right? So, yeah, when you think about it, it's really sad. Oh yeah, Chuck Mangione, yes, yeah, crazy, right? You just never know. Doesn't matter how much money you have, what house you live in, whatever, what car you drive, or this and that. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go, right? I mean, that's life. That's life for sure. But crazy. So now what's going to happen. Like with Hulk Hogan, I guess I was watching one of my podcasts on TV, and he lives in Florida. One of the guys that does a podcast lives in Florida, so he's walking down the streets of Clearwater, Florida, and walking up and down where all the shops are at. And I guess Hulk Hogan had several places there in Florida, and people were, now people are going in those stores, snagging up those T-shirts like crazy, right? So they can put them on eBay or something. And the Hulk Hogan, go to the thrift stores and find the Hulk Hogan dolls, right? The dolls or whatever, and they'll be, they'll be, because they're going to think that's a collector's item or whatever, and they're going to be selling those things on eBay and all that. Do people still do eBay? I remember that was a big deal. A while back or whatever. It was eBay. Greg Laney's in the house. Hi, Greg. Welcome, Greg. Welcome. Yeah, you guys, Greg's got a koozie coming. Bill's got some Oreo socks coming. And Scooby-Doo's got a koozie on the way, too. So my mailman so graciously picked up my packages yesterday. So you guys should be getting your stuff in a few days. And Angela sent me something, Angela, but I haven't got it yet. So I'll let you know when I get it. Bill says I'm shopping on eBay right now. Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. So we're going to start out with everybody. Welcome. Grab a chair, grab a snack, all that good stuff. I'm Paramount USA. And you're at Lindy's Treehouse on Thankful Thursday. And I am thankful for all of you. This is my 60th show. 60. Yes. And I'm just going to keep going with it. And I changed my cowboy hat. Tried to put this silly hat, this one on tonight, just because I can. So, all right. So here's news to me, okay? All right, everybody, news to me. This is a funny story, okay? Now picture this. You're driving behind somebody, right? And you see something that looks like somebody's hair hanging out of the trunk of a car, right? Like their hair is like, the trunk's closed, but their hair is like flying around or whatever. So somebody had something in the trunk, and it was a wig. And the wig was mistaken for a crime scene. A video went viral on Twitter about police showing up at a woman's door because someone mistook her wig hanging out of her car trunk for a dead body. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Thank you, Bill H. Bill H says, congratulations on your 60th episode. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Time goes fast, right? Time goes fast when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. That's what they say, you know. You know what I'm saying, you know. Scuba said, that's unbelievable. I know, Scooby-Doo. I know. Because you were there for my very first show. You pulled me out of the trenches there that night. Holy moly. Ah, he saved me. He did. The rest is history, right? The rest is history. So anyway, yeah, can you imagine though driving behind somebody and then the cops go to open up the trunk and it's, you know, just the wigs. So do you think, okay, you guys, you ready? Do you think people are wigging out when they saw that? Do you think they were wigging out? You know me, I had Shaney, he'd be proud of me, my little joker, my jokester. He'd be wigging out, yes. Well, I was referring to the weave. The weave. Scott says, what? Oh, wait, I go over here. Look here. Well, I was referring to the week, but great on the 60. I see what you're saying. Okay. It takes me a minute, Scuba. You know that, Scooby-Doo. Takes me a minute. So I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I'm sure people were wigging out when they saw that hanging out of the trunk, right? Okay. Let's see. Then we had a naked boat chase in New York. A man led police on a wild boat chase while completely naked, making headlines for the sheer absurdity of the situation. Oh my gosh. Scuba says, but greats on 60. Yes, yes. I know that went fast, right? So, all right. How many of y'all have tell me that you haven't been naked on a boat before? Okay, this guy here was naked on the boat doing a boat chase. The cops were chasing him in the boat, and the guy was naked. Oh my God, can you imagine? Scuba says, did you say people wigging out? You made it funny. I did, Scooby. Wigging out. I did. Never, Scooby says, never naked on a boat. I told you I find these stories. I just get on my chat, or not chat. I use Grok 3. And yeah, or I use Google it or whatever, and I find all these cool stories. I thought that was pretty funny. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. And then we got Bear on the Green, BEAR, not BARE. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay. Gray Laney says, I showered on a cruise ship once. Does that count? Yeah, I guess that would count. Yeah, that would count. Naked running down the street is another story. Yeah, yes. Well, I guess early 80s, the thing to do was, and you could get away with it. People, I've heard of guys that would do truth or dare, and they would dare each other to streak, yeah, down the mall, the middle of the mall, you know, when kids actually went to the mall, and they would streak down the mall. Yeah. They would bet each other if they could do that. And remember they had well, they used to have people streaking. Remember, that was a big thing. Isn't there a song? Yeah, they call them the streak. Yeah. And then people used to like at the baseball games. That was not unusual. If somebody goes, streaking across the baseball field, right? Too funny. Anyway, moving right along. Like I said, this is called the Bear on the Green. The Bear on the Green, the BEAR. Okay, the animal, not BARE. A golf tournament in Japan was canceled when a bear wandered on the golf course. This was an ongoing occurrence. Can you imagine if the bear showed up on a golf cart or stole a golf cart? Can you imagine if that really happened? I was just picturing that. That bear. Yeah, they had to close the tournament because the bear was on the golf course. And I bet everybody was like, I can barely golf now. You like that joke? I can barely stand it. I know. I'm just full of myself tonight. I am. As everybody turns off their computer. Okay. Yeah, I like my little funny jokes, my funny jokes. Welcome, chatters. I'm so glad you're all here tonight. Okay, now this is another funny one. Where is Tony? Where is Mr. Vegas and Miss Angela tonight? Where are they at? Barely golf. Ah, yes, barely golf. I could barely golf. I love, you can tell me all the bear jokes, the golf jokes. I don't know. What would you call a bear that golfs? I have no idea. I wouldn't even know what to call it. Oh, Tony says I'm here. Yay. Everybody say hi to Tony, Mr. Vegas in the house. Wow, I got all my peeps here tonight. And my baby sis is in the house too. Amy and my niece and my nephew. My nephew. Yes. Alex is in the house. I'm so happy. Scuba says Happy Gilmore 2 comes out tomorrow in theaters. Oh, I love him. Greg Laney says I was about to throw Tony Marzano under the bus, but he showed up just in time. Greg Laney. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so this is funny. They had a blow-up doll. Hi, Angela. I haven't got your package yet, but I'll let you know when I do get it. My surprise. Yes, you said you were sending me something, Angela. Thank you in advance. Can't wait. A blow-up doll rescue in California was trapped in a canal, and police were called out because someone thought it was a dead body. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. The blow-up doll. Yeah. The blow-up doll drama, yes, was in the were trapped in a canal, and the police had to go out thinking it was a body. Imagine they all pulled up with the whole truck and all that stuff and the body bag and everything, and then to pull that blow-up doll out of the water. That's really a bad joke. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? My brother John and Kimberly are in the house tonight. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad my family's here tonight. Yep, Tony says blow-up dolls need rescuing too. Yeah, I guess. Do people still buy those things? Greg Lane says, well, if it wasn't living, just attach a phone with a Siri to it and it's practically the same thing. True. Yes. Welcome, chatters. Come on up to Lindy's Treehouse. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Thankful Thursday. Every Thursday, I'm here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we just talk about everything. Yeah, because that's what you do in a treehouse, right? People wonder, what's the show all about? It's all about getting together, just like when you're growing up, and you go in your treehouse or the fort, and you bring all your friends in, and we bring snacks and all that, and we tell stories, and we say silly jokes and all that. That's what it's about. And it's just about a feel-good show, I love to see people happy, and I love people when they leave the show, we all leave with a good feeling, right? And Tony said, who brought the snacks? That's right. Scuba says, I want my snacks. Angela says, Angela says, our blow-up girl, Roxanne, is naked sitting with us. Tony says, Ritz crackers and peanut butter. There we go. Oh, you guys are killing me tonight. Cracking me up. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one. Okay, because we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about trees tonight. And I think pretty interesting facts about trees. And we're going to do some food too. So I'm going to keep it going here. Because I know we got Ready to Paramotor is on at 9 o'clock tonight. So make sure y'all join Ready to Paramotor tonight. And then talk paramotors. Yes. And we do talk paramotors on here sometimes. I'm trying to get Robert, my son, paragliding talk. Robert. I'm trying to get him on the show one of these times. I think it'd be fun, very refreshing. And Gypsy, if you're out there, hi, Gypsy. She's probably busy. My Linda Kramer, she stopped by last week, and that was nice. That was really nice. All right, so they had a robot rebellion in Shanghai. Shanghai? How do you say it? Shanghai? Shangri-La? Shangri-La? I don't know. You get the point, right? You get it. Okay. A robot named ERBAI, Earbay. Why do I get myself into these things? How do I get myself into these things, right? A robot rebellion, yes. A robot named ERBAI, Earbay, kidnapped 12 other robots at a Chinese tech exhibit, convincing them to ditch their posts after a chat about work and life balance. The AI uprising was more of a quirky walkout than a sci-fi thriller. So think about it. So think about it, everybody. Like the robots, right? And I'm sure I'll be long gone when the robots really start coming out. And yeah, my sister-in-law Kim's in the house. Hi, Kimmy. I'm so glad everybody's here tonight. I really appreciate everybody. I really, really do. You guys are awesome. My guys and gals are awesome. But yeah, can you imagine having, so the robots take over, let's say the robots take over like, the grocery store or whatever, and they decide to go on strike. And Scott says it's Skynet. And Tony says, right. And yeah, and they all go on strike, and all these robots will be going up and down the street, be up in front of the business, going on strike. So this is kind of like what the robot rebellion was, right? That they all, because they're treating the robots like humans, if you think about it. It's pretty crazy. So, and I know some people remember when you were younger and you'd be at work and you go, God, I feel like a robot at work. Little did we know, right? Yep. Now it's AI for right now. Can't believe what you see. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Exactly. And they keep pushing more and more AI stuff on everybody. It's freaking scary. It is. Constantly I'm on my Facebook and it's like, I don't want to do that all day long. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do this. No, I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to upgrade. No, I don't want to do this, right? That's me all day long. Keep fighting to the finish, I guess. But you know who's going to win, right? So they were saying that Starlink, I guess Starlink was down for a while today. I don't have Starlink. I can't get Starlink. I just have Spectrum. But I guess Starlink, they're saying Starlink was down today. Anybody know anything about that? So what was I going to say? Yeah, my internet bill went up again from $58 to $70. I can't believe they can get away with that. Seriously. And now I looked at my bill again. It's $80 now for my internet. That's just internet, people. That's just internet. So I'm going to call them on Monday, see what's, call them tomorrow or something, see why my bill went up. I mean, $1 or $2, it still makes a difference, right? It's still $2 is $2. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know how much you all pay for your cable. I don't have cable, I've got internet, just internet. That's it. You guys already know that. Because every football season, I'm like, I can't watch this unless I go to my son's house or whatever. If they would just put football on YouTube, we'd all be set, right? We'd all be good. YouTube's free. Yeah, and of course they try to get you on YouTube not to pay for commercials, right? And that's crazy too. Yeah, because I'm not paying like $69 or something to have no commercials on YouTube, and it's like, heck no, That is just crazy. All right, so now I know y'all like talk about food. Okay, so we're going to talk about food facts, funny food facts. Okay, y'all ready? All right, let's do this. Tony says, Scuba, my brother's is looking for a Cosmo Trike unit. Where should I send them? All right, that's a good question because I have no idea on that one, Mr. Vegas. But we're going to move on. We're going to talk about funny foods. Did you know that chocolate was once money? Ancient Aztecs used cocoa beans as a currency and drank chocolate as bitter, frothy beverage. Chocolate was once money. I wonder what that means. Chocolate was once money. Scuba says, Oh, yeah, he's answering a question. Yes, he's answering Tony's question or whatever. Yeah, you may have to ask on Dave Will's show tonight. Maybe ask him about that, or Matt. They would know. You probably know, right? So anyway, yeah, chocolate was once money. Ancient Aztecs used cocoa beans as a currency. So can you imagine getting ready to pay for something at a yard sale, and how much is that? $3, $4. Well, I got cocoa beans. I give you some cocoa beans for that nice dish that you have on the table there at your yard sale. I'll trade you some cocoa beans for that dish. Yeah, that's funny. I know you have to. So that's what this show's about, everybody. You hear me out, and you got to just use your imagination, right? That's what it's about. You got to just use your imagination on these things. That's pretty funny. And okay, the next one. Okay, I hope you're all enjoying this because I love this stuff. I do. Apples. Did you know apples float? They are 25% air. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that apples had air in them. They are 25% air, which is why the bob in the water, when you go bobbing for apples in the water during the games, that they work for apple bobbing. So they're probably only fruit that you can put in the water, I guess, right? To bob for apples. That's what I think. Interesting, right? Apples are good too. Apples are really good. Scuba says, One Up Adventure, they sell the Cosmos and Big Trikes. One Up Adventures, they're awesome. I love them. It's One Up Adventures, they're Michigan, right? I get them all mixed up. I think it's the Michiganders, my Michiganders. Okay, we're going to go on to the next one, everybody. Potatoes were first food grown in space in 1995. Astronauts cultivated spuds aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. I think I told you that fact one night. Yeah, it's Florida. Thank you, Scuba. I know, I get everybody mixed up. There's so many of them out there. Can't keep track of them. Like right next to aviators, Scooby said. Yeah, so potatoes, we did the potatoes. Yeah, potatoes, spuds they're cultivated on the Shuttle Columbia. So pretty cool. So don't forget, remember we're going to do a little trivia, maybe a word of the night. So make sure you listen to all these little all these things, these facts that I'm giving you tonight, okay? And anybody who's just jumped in, I am Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. Welcome, welcome. And it's Thankful Thursday. I'm so happy to have you all in the house tonight. I really do. I look forward to Thursdays and just everybody getting together and just catching up on everything. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your loyalty, just coming on the show, coming in the chat and just going on this journey with me. I had so many cool guests, last summer, and I had so much fun with it. Greg Laney was one of our guests, and we really had a lot of fun with it. And it's still fun. So, okay, we're going to go on to the next one. I didn't know this, everybody. Let's see. Bill H says, did you see Wendy the Explorer got a brand new one? Yeah, I saw that she had one on Bill H. I saw that on Facebook. She said she got it. Yeah. So, did you know honey never spoils? Munchkin probably knew this one. Hi, Munchkin. I love you, girl. I know you're listening. I love her. She's great. She helps even when Scuba has his show on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That I can always, if I'm not sure something or whatever, I can always ask. I always ask Munchkin. It's pretty fun. So yeah, honey, especially food stuff, Yeah, honey never spoils. It's natural preservatives like low water content and high acidity make it inhabitable for the best. I can't even read my writing. I do this all the time. Microorganisms. Oh, bacteria and microorganisms. So, yeah, I didn't know. Johnny says Munchkin knows too much. She is one smart chickie. She is. Yeah, see, Munchkin says all things, Tony. She's one smart chickie because look at she's got Scooby now. So she knew when she met Scooby, that's the man I'm gonna marry. I know that's what you thought. I know that's what you thought. You said that's the guy I'm gonna marry one day. So I love you, Munchkin. I love you. I love all you guys, my gals, my family, everybody. So fun. Munchkin is my queen. Yes, she is, Angela. She is awesome. And Tony said, yeah, she got Scuba under her trance. Yeah, there you go. I love it. All right, now we got more food facts, okay? We got more food facts. Did you know carrots were originally purple? Orange carrots were bred in the Netherlands. How do you breed carrots? I don't know how they come up with that word, but I thought that was funny. So you use your imagination. How do they bred carrots? Carrots were bred in the Netherlands in the 16th century, likely to honor the royal house of Orange. So that's why. Let's see. Angela says, "You make me giggle, Munchkin." I love her. She's the best. We love Munchkin. Yeah, orange carrots. Yeah, were honored the royal house of Orange. So that's why they decided to make the carrots orange instead of purple. Okay, just so you know. I don't want you to lose sleep over this when you're eating your carrots going, how come these were purple at one time? Can you imagine purple carrots? That'd be different. I don't think the rabbits would be impressed with it, eating purple carrots, having that dye on it. I mean, how would you how they even make the carrots orange? That's what I want to know. And how do they get the carrots purple? I mean, could you grow the carrots in your garden? Maybe they put food coloring on them or something. I don't know. But just something to think about, right? Okay, the next one is, now you know what saffron is, right? Put in the chat. Tell me in the chat what. Oh, Munchkin says rabbits prefer the top of the carrots, not the actual carrots. See, Munchkin, I learned something every day. I had no idea that the rabbits only like the tops of the carrots and not the actual carrot. I did not know that. See? Bugs Bunny. See, I should have had Bugs Bunny on the show because he would have really known that answer. Munchkin says saffron is the most expensive spice. Yes, it is. It says it's pricier than gold. By weight, the spice made from crocus flower stigmas can cost over $10,000 per pound due to labor-intensive harvesting. $10,000 per pound for saffron. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. I'll just stick to my imperial margarine. I like the imperial margarine, the stick margarine. I like the stick margarine. So just saying, that's what I use. I just buy one box because the butter, just me, the sticks, they last me forever. So yeah, so saffron. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, right? All right, now Can you guys tell me what is the world's smelliest fruit? Does anybody know? What is the world's smelliest fruit? I didn't know there was a smelly fruit. I really didn't until I read this, found this. And that's why I like to do these fun facts, because I learned something and then I love to share it with you all on Thankful Thursdays, because that's what the show's about. We share these things. Scuba said durian. Am I saying it right? The durian? That's right. It says it's distinctive tropical fruit. I never heard of this fruit either. Known for its strong, pungent aroma and unique flavor, often described as having a creamy custard-like texture with a sweet, savory taste. But they said that the smell, have you guys ever smelled those? Yeah, they said that it smells like garbage. Yeah. So you don't have people eat, they don't have people, strawberries. Who said strawberries? Tony said strawberries. No, they actually look like, I saw a picture of them. They kind of look like, I don't know, are they yellow? Kind of look like yellow, almost like a pineapple color or whatever, but I saw a picture of them. But pretty interesting, right? So those are the fun facts, the did you knows of the day. What do you think of that? So now we're going to get into, we're going to talk about trees. Because I know that remember, was it last month or whatever, we did a little thing on, we got into this conversation about trees. And it seemed like we really had a lot of fun with it. But before I do that with the trees, I'm going to ask you guys some questions here. This is kind of fun, kind of break it up for a minute. So put in the chat things nobody said in the 70s. Okay. Munchkin, Will, and Crappy favorite tree. Yes. Oh, Robert's in the house. Hi, Robert. Welcome. What is up? Paraglidingtalk.com. Hey, I got the whole family in here tonight. Wow. Yeah, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. I know, it's so sad, right, Robert? So sad. Heck of a dude. Man, oh man. Yeah, you just don't, like I said, what I was saying earlier, Robert, it don't matter how big your house is, how nice your car is, how much money you have, whatever. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. So all I'm going to say is get it right. Get it right. Yep, Robert, yes. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. He got saved at the end. Wow. Yep. Yeah. God rest his soul, right? Boy. Yep. Godspeed, as the saying goes. That is just crazy. I know, we got three people went this week. Oh, and Connie Francis, too. Yeah, Connie Francis. She was a lot older, though. Angela says Ozzy, his last concert was 2 weeks ago, raised $190 million. I'm going back and forth there. $190 million kids cancer research. And Robert says he got baptized and everything. Will Fly says, what are your pronouns? Ozzy. Tony says, Ozzy, Theo from the Crosbys and the Hulk. Yeah, I like Theo. I know, I loved watching that show. I love that. Yeah, I love that. All right, so I can't even ask this question because some of y'all weren't even born yet. So, but I'm going to ask, I'll say like 80s. Let's say we'll do the 80s as 70s because it's pretty much the same thing. What are things nobody said in the 80s that they say today? Supposedly Ozzy made a profession of faith at the end too. Oh, he professed his faith at the end? Yeah. I already know. I'll be in like Flynn when it's my time to go. Yeah. Yeah. God knows. Me and him, we got a relationship. He knows. He knows. Right, Robert? He knows. Will Fly, I don't do pronouns. Okay. All right, y'all listen up now, okay? Now listen up in the chat. What are things that nobody said in the 80s that they say now? Okay, what are some sayings that people say now that you wouldn't say in the 80s and the 1980s? What are some, some things? Does anybody know? Can we tell me what you think? What things that people say now in this high-tech world that they would have never said in the 80s? Greg Laney says, "May I borrow your one wheel?" There you go. That's a good one. Tony says, "Gag me with a spoon." I love these. Bill H says, "Psych." These are good answers. And I'll tell you what I got written down here. Yeah, I love these answers, everybody. Oh, my bad. Got it mixed up. Yeah, keep them going. Keep them going. That's so cool. I love this. Yeah, I love this because there's so many things that we say now that you wouldn't say in the 80s. So I'm going to tell you one that we never said in the 80s. I lost my phone. They say my bad. Yeah. We never said that in the 80s, right, Robert? I lost my phone because cell phones, cordless phones didn't come out till what? The late 80s? Maybe early 90s? So when did the cordless phones come out, everybody? Somebody put it in the chat when the cordless phones came out. I remember I had a cordless phone at the house. They were pretty cool. And then I worked at Home Depot. I had to actually work in electrical. Greg Lane says, "Stay away from Captain Kurt." Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I know one thing they didn't say in the 80s, my internet's down. We never said that either. And we didn't say Google it, right? We didn't say Google it in the 80s. No. And another one we didn't say is, what app was that? Yep. Y'all that grew up in the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. I copied and pasted it to my text. And the last one was, wait, it's the other way around, isn't it? What? What's the other way around? My internet's down? Google it. What app was that? And another one is I copied and pasted it to my text. Oh, my pronouns is me. There you go. And you guys, and hand me the remote. So, yeah, so crazy. Hand me the remote. But anyway, pretty fun, right? Pretty fun. Things in the 80s that we did or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I miss a lot of things. John Wayne says, "I've been working on my neighbor's mower." Good job. Good job there, John Wayne. That's good. That keeps you busy, right? I'm sure you're good at fixing the mowers. And Bill H says, "Congratulations on your 60th episode." Thanks. Thank you, Bill H. Thank you. Okay, we're going to talk trees. Okay. The U.S., how many trees do you think the USA has estimated? How many trees do you think are in the U.S.? Yep, 60 episodes already, Robert. 60 episodes. Crazy, right? Crazy. 60 episodes. Robert, don't forget, Ready to Pair Motors on tonight. 9 o'clock. So we're all going to be heading over there, hoping to win something, right? Billions, yes. The USA has estimated 228 to 300 billion trees based on various studies and reports. Yes, I'm putting my little fan on here. There we go. Okay. Whee! Okay. So that's pretty interesting, right? And the USA has about 30 to 36% forest cover, roughly 818 million acres, with states like Alaska and those in the southeast being the highest tree densities. So it's like Alaska has like 818 million acres of trees. That is crazy. Will Fly says, dang, I can't text and drive. And I'm looking at both of them. I may not watch. Okay. Bill H says, don't. Oh, Will Fly, drive safe, man. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you're heading to the fly-in, aren't you, Will Fly? Yeah, Will Fly. I have to say thank you again for donating the socks and the koozies and all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, so the trees, right? And the tallest tree is Hypernon, 379.7 feet tall. It's a sequoia. That's located in Redwood National Park in California. So the tallest tree is Hypernon, 379,007 feet tall. Crazy, right? Crazy. And then the next one is the most, which one, do you guys know what the most dangerous tree is? Does anybody know? What is the most dangerous tree? Does anybody know the name of it? It's in South America. Bill says, oh, you did? You got your socks in the mail? Wow, you got those fast. Cool. Yay. That means the other 2 packages will be on their way. Dang, I like my mailman. He's the best. All I do is put my packages in the mailbox and he grabs them and off he goes. I'm so blessed. I am. The one that falls on you. Nice, Bill. Yes, I got socks in the mail. He got his Oreo socks, and you can thank Robert Michaels for that. And so take videos, Robert. Robert says, my turn to ride the dirt bike. All right, Robert, have Brighton take a video, or Braden take videos of you, okay? Be careful. Love you, Robert. I love you, son. Thanks for hanging out. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. Ha-ha! Pretty good, huh? Your mom knows. See how I think of that? I said it good, didn't I? See you on the air. See, yep. Love you bunches. He's the best. I just love that kid. I do. I love that kid. So the most dangerous tree is the Machineel tree from South America. They said that the sap is toxic, and its fruit name is called the little apple of death. So if that stuff drips on you, whatever, it can burn your skin. I didn't know that. I'm glad we don't have those trees here, right? That should be awful. Gosh. Yeah, like icky tree. Ugh. So then we got another one. It's an oxygen trees. Oxygen fact: a single mature tree can produce enough oxygen for 2 to 4 people per year, depending on its size and species. That's pretty cool, right? I hope you're liking my fun facts on the trees. And yeah, so oxygen fact, oxygen fact, a single mature tree can produce enough oxygen for 2 to 4 people per year, depending on its size and species. So that's really something to look into, right? To study the trees or whatever. So what kind they don't say what kind of tree it is. It just says that it's an oxygen fact. A single mature tree can produce enough oxygen. So that's pretty cool, right? And then we have communication network. Okay, trees in a forest can talk through. These are such big words for me, but can talk through mycorrhizal. My corrhizal, I don't know. Fungi networks in the soil sharing nutrients and warning pests or drought. So trees can, I'd have to look into that, but it said trees can, so what kind of tree house are we in? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, what kind of tree house? I want a tree house that has the big trunks on it and the big old branches, and so I don't have to worry about the tree. That this tree house is built like a rock, okay? So it can handle any storm that comes through. That's my tree house. My tree house can handle any storms that come our. The tree house we're in right now can handle any storms that come our way. Because that's why we all show up on Thursday nights to sit in the treehouse, because we know when we're up in the treehouse, nothing can touch us, nothing can hurt us when we're up in the treehouse. That's what I say. John Wayne said, built a shoe rack out of a red-colored wood from Africa that really killed me when I sanded it. Oh wow, you have such cool stories. So yeah, so that's how I think of it that way, Tony. That our treehouse is built on solid, like I feel like my treehouse is made out of solid rock, okay? And that nothing, no storms or anything can take our treehouse down. And I think it almost more spiritual too, right? So we all get together, yeah, that we never have to worry on Thursday nights when we're up in the treehouse that nobody can hurt us. That we're all up here just all being together and having conversation, and if the storms come through, we let them come through, right? Yeah, that we're all safe. I make sure all my chatters are safe in my treehouse. So there you go. Pretty cool, right? And last but not least, fastest growing, the Empress Splendor can grow up to 20 feet in its first year under ideal conditions. So, pretty cool things on the trees, right? You know, yeah, I mean, I'm just blown away that since the ice storms, when I think when we had the ice storms, those poor trees, right? And now the trees, everything came back even more beautiful, fuller, everything. John Wayne says, got to go. Dogs are after something. Okay, bye, John. Be safe, okay? Thanks, Cowboy. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, the trees around my house are they're massive. I mean, they came back bigger and stronger than they were before. And I look at the trees. That's God's creation. That's the spiritual thing for me too. You know, it kind of teaches us all. You know, that yeah, an ice storm didn't break these trees. I mean, the trees, you know, some of them came down or whatever, but they sure came back even more beautiful. They're just massive up here. So I gotta before we close, or close the show or whatever, I gotta read a couple poems that I found from. We can all just gather around. I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. Everybody who's listening, my listeners, my watchers, my viewers, and all that stuff. I appreciate you being here tonight, and all my chatters in the house. So here's the poem, okay? And we can all just gather around like we're around the sitting around the fire pit, right? Camp, and like we're camping, okay? And it's called The Silent Sentinel. Tall and still, the ancient tree whispers tales of eternity, roots entwined with earth's deep core, guarding secrets evermore. Is that beautiful? Is that beautiful or what? And then I found this one. The dancing bow leaves like laughter in the breeze. Branches sway with graceful ease. Sunlight weaves through verdant green. Trees, the poets of the scene. So I think this is really cool. And there's one more, okay? This is my favorite. This is my favorite tree one, okay? The giver's shade. Beneath the tree, the weary rest, its canopy a welcome guest. Through the storms and time it stands upright, a quiet strength from morning till night. So, isn't that cool? I just love that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The shade. Yeah, the giver's shade. But Tony, you really that was a cool question you asked about the treehouse. And I think I like my answer that I said, that it's our treehouse and nothing can, no storm or anything can take our treehouse down. And I think it's pretty cool because you guys are always here for me. And I like to be here for you on Thursday nights. I really care about everybody. So, with that being said, I'm going to close the show here. And we can do trivia next week if you want, everybody. Unless you want to do you want to try and win something tonight, or you want me to wait till next week? Let me know in the chat. Because then I can get more creative next week, and we'll give away a koozie next week or some socks next week. How's that sound? We'll do that. So I'm going to read this real quick, and then we're going to call it a night because I know his show just started. Okay. So this is for everybody. Listen real quick, because I know this kind of reminds me of my paramotor people. Okay. You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. What do you think? That's cool, huh? I love that, everybody. And I'm so thankful for everybody joining me tonight on Lindy's Treehouse. I want to thank you all for joining me and making my Treehouse special every Thursday night. I'm thankful for your stories and smiles and support. Here's to many more Thursdays filled with gratitude. Much love from Lindy and Miss Molly. So that's for you, y'all. And then next week we'll get together and we'll do some trivia, and I'll give away some stuff next week. Because maybe I'll order some other things from Amazon too, some different prizes. So thank you so much. Thank you, chatters, viewers, everybody. I'm Lindy's Treehouse, Paramount USA. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Scuba show's on tomorrow night. So make sure that you get on Scuba. I call it Scuba Babes, but and he's on at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Yes, tomorrow night. And then we'll have another show with on Tuesday night with Shane, and that is Tuesday Night Hangout. And and then Friday, me's Thursday, and then Friday is Scuba. And so we are good. And you all just have a really good week, rest of your week. I love you bunches. Thank you. Put all the hearts in the chat. I so appreciate every one of you. You all are the best. You are. Thank you for coming out. And make sure that people are watching everything. Make sure you hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, family, for coming on. And my family, my baby sis Amy, and my nephew Alex, and my brother John, and my sister-in-law Kim. They all stopped by to say hello. And of course, Robert, my son. So I am so blessed to have everybody. So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Please be safe. Storms have been crazy and everything. Like holy moly. That's the word. Holy moly. On my show every Thursday night. So much love. I'm going to sign off, and we're going to head over to Ready to Paramotor. So y'all have a great, like I said, have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. And I'll catch y'all in the chats whenever, right? So if I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in there. All right? Bye, everybody. Take care. Much love. We're leaving in the street.